If you want to take your next marketing event to its next level and provide the best follow up you've ever done, had the most responses, most bookings, most outcomes from your next networking event, be this an in person or even a virtual networking event, I'm going to show you guys some ways to be memorable and make impressions and follow ups that get replies like never before. So, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to use video to change the game in networking. There's a couple of different ways to approach this, guys. There's before your networking event, during the networking event, and post networking opportunity that I'm going to show you guys my top strategies. The number one thing, starting before the event ever begins, you're going to send a personalized or semi-personalized video message to the people that are going to be attending the conference that you're aware of, right? If you can have an idea of who's at this networking event beforehand. Again, if you're in B2B or even in like B2C spaces and you have an idea of the vendors or people that'll be at the venue, and those are prospects or opportunities for you, that's who you're going to send some personalized video messages to ahead of time. And you're going to say something like, hey, it's Darius. Just wanted to put a face to the name and letting you know I'm going to be stopping by to talk to you about XYZ. So stay tuned. Looking forward to speaking to you there, and good luck at the conference. Something like that, right? Now, you could recycle that video, but what's going to be important is making sure you at least have the opportunity to be seen before the event, because I can promise you this, when you send that, anyone that has a chance to open and receive and view that, when you go to see them in person, that conversation is going to be much warmer and much more memorable and much different. They're going to say, hey, it's the guy from the video, the gal from the video. So that's the first thing, guys, is recording either a semi-personalized or fully customized video prior to the networking event and actually sending it to these prospects via email, via text message, via whatever channels, like LinkedIn DM, right? Go connect with them on LinkedIn or something. So, and just quickly for the sake of this training, I want to show you guys how simple that is, right? It is as easy as going straight to your email, your text messages, and or right, or LinkedIn, a DM. Any message that you're using to communicate with these people, you can easily and simply include a video with the click of a button, right? There's a little integration inside of Gmail, inside of LinkedIn on your mobile phone. So you can do this all even at the event, or do it before, because then that's where you have the chance to get seen. But click the button like this and record your video right from right inside of your email. So this is the first idea, is pre-networking. Now, the second concept, this one is when you're actually at the networking event itself. This, I'm going to start with the in-person and we'll talk about virtual. In-person, let's say you're doing your rounds, you're walking the event, you're conversating with people, and let's say some magic happens. You have an interesting conversation with somebody. How does that normally end for you right now? Traditionally, there's an exchange of like a business card or contact information or a shake of hands, or maybe more modernly, you touch the phones and or a tap card or something like that to pass some contact information still. Or worse, it's like, hey, then we'll send you something after, right? And we'll be in touch or something. So those are all very common and traditional methods for connecting the dots at a networking event, right? For making that opportunity and that connection to follow up with after. But I'm going to turn that on its head for you and show you guys something that is going to be a little awkward at first. It's going to be uncomfortable the first couple of times you do it, but it's going to completely change the way you send and receive your follow-ups from these types of networking events. You're going to open the Dubb app or your native camera. Actually, for this step, it's okay. You have the conversation, you're like, hey, that's really cool. You know, it does sound like we should talk. Hey, I'm going to do a quick video. And they're going to go, what? And you're going to open your phone just like this, open the Dubb app, hands length or shoulder length right here. So you both, the person you just had this conversation with and you are in the shot, and you're going to press record on the Dubb app, and you're going to say, hey there, it was so great getting to talk to you about XYZ. And you know what? We had such an interesting conversation. We said we should take it outside of the event. So wanted to capture this quick video so we remember this moment. We're all going to get really busy, and a bunch of things you're going to have in between now and we talk. So thanks again for your time, and looking forward to speaking with you after the event. Good luck. And so now that video is on your phone. It's in the cloud, right? You're going to press upload on the Dubb app, and now it's going to be in the cloud to then share via email, SMS, or LinkedIn post event, right? So instead of the regular follow-up where it's the same email you're sending to everyone, or maybe something custom to try to, you know, remember that moment that happened, to spark that interest that was there, right? To rekindle that, or you're going to have that video and that moment is going to be relived for them when they re-see it. So first, it's going to be awkward for both you and them. They're going to say, huh, what, a video? And no one's ever done that to them before. And then they're going to say, well, you're not going to post this like on social media or something, right? You might, yeah, and you could ask them for permission, but that's not really the goal. You're going to say, no, 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 I'm just going to send it to you directly as a reminder for this conversation we had. But because it was so weird, because it was so, different, that's what's going to make it so memorable. No one's ever done that to them, and they're going to remember that moment for a while, at least post the event. So that's the number one way. And we tried this ourselves. We used to do a lot of in-person events, and this is where we had a tremendous amount of success from that strategy. We used to do the traditional business card exchange. Hey, we'll send you a follow-up. Let's book a meeting, something like that. And we tried that, and it was 10 times more successful from any previous follow-up and communication that we had in in-person networking events. So I encourage you to try that for yourself at your next in-person networking opportunity. Now, here's the other version of that, the digital version. There's a lot of these really cool online platforms now, right? Like Go Brunch or these summits, right? Online summits where they're online networking events. And it's in fact even easier to create these types of things because right from your computer, right? You're in the virtual networking environment and you can record your screen. If you're meeting with somebody in Zoom, if you are in a chat room with somebody, if you're in a room with anyone, you have those types of interesting connections or conversations, or you see they might be a fit for you, something like that, then all you have to do is pull open the screen recorder and capture that moment, right? And say, hey, John, we were in this networking event together and you and I were having a chat here about XYZ, or we just had a Zoom and I was record, or you don't even include yourself and just record the Zoom and say, hey, I'm going to capture this for later when you're talking or in that networking opportunity. So lots of different vehicles, guys, when we're talking about virtual networking events where it's either live or recorded or chat rooms or little groups. So that's, again, where you're able to capture using the screen recording because you won't have that FaceTime as often. You won't be in person to capture that moment. But the strategy is the same. You're going to visually capture something that includes something of them, something of the event itself. So it's going to remember that moment of like, oh yeah, I was at the event, and it all's going to make sense. It's kind of the equivalent of when you're sending a personalized video to somebody and you use a feature like this, right? This is part of the Dubb mobile app, is you can put this little whiteboard, right? There's a whiteboard where you can say, hey, John. And the whole purpose of putting that in your video is to make it be something custom that they're going to recognize. And that's the same thing with these networking events. They are going to be in the thumbnail, something of them, either if it's virtual, it's their little profile picture, their LinkedIn, the thing that you can see visually of them that they're going to recognize. And if it's in person, they're going to remember that moment that you captured in person on the video. So those are the two pieces we've covered so far: what to do before your next networking event and what to do during the actual event. Now, let's talk about post-event. Post-event is where you're going to be obviously sending those personalized moments that you captured. Those are going to be your low-hanging fruit, the opportunities that were actually already dug up from there. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to identify whatever other prospects that maybe you didn't have a chance to connect with. Sometimes at networking events, there's business cards just lying on tables, or there's contact information available and you didn't get a chance to meet with those people. So this is kind of still bridging back into the during the networking event. You try to gather the information, even if you're not able to have FaceTime with them, because the follow-up you're going to do is going to be very relevant and it's going to be visual to that event. And so there's still going to be some personalization, again, similar to the kind of Hey John concept, where when you're sharing these videos post networking event, that's what they're going to see in the thumbnail of the video, is going to be one of those visuals, right? Like this Hey John here, except for instead of it saying Hey John, it's their booth that you recorded while they weren't there, or it's the networking event itself that they were just at. So again, post networking, you're not limited to just the low hanging opportunities that you actually captured those videos with. You have an opportunity to send something to everyone, potentially contact information you can gather from there with something personal for them. So now, depending on the volume you're looking at, this will, if there's just so many, you'll need to send something a little bit more bulk, right? It's very hard to do hyper personalization on a high volume of lists, at least not with you can use some AI tools to do some clever email personalization, like in the body itself. And the video itself, though, would include some visual there that the people would recognize, the opening of the event, the name of the event, something like that, or maybe visuals from the event where people would recognize that that's what it was. Now, the content, of course, is always something of value, saying, hey, I know we just went both to this event and learned something really cool. I wanted to share this with you. And if it makes sense, here's something else that we could do together, right? I help businesses like yours or people like you do something. So you can have your value proposition there. You don't want it to be like a cold direct pitch. I always recommend providing value first, especially when it was a networking opportunity. You're trying to build the connection, the relationship, and then eventually close a deal from it. I don't recommend going straight for kills unless someone's like, I want to buy right now. So besides that, networking is all about creating relationships and creating those opportunities. And this is one way to accelerate that cycle. Pre-event, during the event, again, I can promise you, you record those videos with somebody, it's gonna be more memorable than any or all follow-ups they've ever had from events like that. So do that one, and then also post-event, you can hit the people that you didn't even get to connect with by incorporating those custom visuals from the event itself. So, guys, those are my top 3 easy to use strategies for networking events, either in person or virtual. If you took those 3, I promise you, you're going to have some follow-ups, some replies, and conversations that are more interesting and different and better than other previous networking events and conversations you've had. Give it a shot. And if you would like to discuss partnership strategies, your use case strategies with Dubb itself, how you can partner with Dubb for our recurring revenue partner program, or how you can utilize the technology itself in your own business, in your network and marketing, your affiliate business. We call it a partner program, but we're here to support you. So come get a free trial to Dubb, check out these live trainings, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.